Good looking thumbnails like this, or even this, are actually blowing up small YouTube channels. So stop wasting your time. All right. Let me reveal the secret to you. Greetings to you and welcome to Minikun Tutorials. I hope you are doing well. Just as I've shown you, you know, good looking thumbnails like this are actually what are blowing up what? A lot of small YouTube channels, you know. Sometimes it's not just about what you say in your videos or how you explain things, but it's about whether or not you have a catchy thumbnail, all right? That is actually a clickbait for people to click. You know, if you create amazing content, upload it to YouTube, but with a blurry thumbnail or a thumbnail that is not very catchy to the eye, a lot of people would watch other people's videos. Ask yourself this question when you go to YouTube and then you search for something, what do you usually do? You always click on, you know, the person with the neatest and the smartest thumbnail, all right? Because it says it all. First impression counts, all right? So your thumbnail is very, very important for your YouTube growth, right? You can create amazing content, but if your thumbnails are not catchy, people would not be tempted to click on your videos, all right? So it's very, very important. Even for people, for you to retain your viewers, you should be able to create that first impression, okay? And that first impression comes from obviously your title, the title of your video, and also the thumbnail design. All right. So today I'll be revealing to you the secret to designing good looking thumbnails like this using Filmora Wondershare. All right. The video editing software. You are probably using a different video editing software, but the, I mean, your video editing software probably too might have this new feature. All right, or a similar feature that actually allows you to create your thumbnail on the same video editing software, and you don't have to pay any extra to design your thumbnails, and you can actually make use of portions of your video, all right, to auto generate and design, choose multiple thumbnails, sorry, multiple thumbnail templates, and actually depending on your niche, as a matter of fact, whether you do how to and style videos, whether you are into education, whether you are into vlogs, brands, whatever that it is, brand review, whatever that it is, even food. Thankfully, with this new feature that I've discovered in Filmora, you can design amazing thumbnails. And by the way, just a quick disclaimer, this video is not in any way sponsored by Filmora. All right. I have been using the software for editing my videos, and I recently just discovered this new feature, and I thought of sharing it with you because I do love you as my audience. All right. So without much ado, let's head on to the computer and I would show you how I was able to design these good looking thumbnails. All right. All right. So let's head on to the desktop. Okay. And then I will open my Filmora Wondershare. I have it installed here. All right. So in Filmora, for those of you who are users of Filmora, you all understand that it's very simple to use. The user interface is very simple. Just start a new project and then you import your file wherever it's located, or your files, depending on whether you have a lot of different files. just import your media files. So I have this video here. Now I can just add this video to my timeline by clicking on the plus button and selecting the project settings. These are the initial settings, and this is the recommended setting since this is a full HD video. So I would prefer picking this. All right. Once the video is added to your timeline, how do you actually create your thumbnail? Okay, using this new feature that I'm talking about. Click somewhere here, just above the timeline. Okay, your video timeline is here. Just click somewhere here above it. And then you would see over here thumbnail new. All right. So you can just click on this. You can click on edit. Okay, or just click on this thumbnail here, click there, and then just wait a bit. It will generate different captions, you know, and then you choose one. Did I say captions? I mean different captures of your initial video. You also have the playhead even down here, so you can shift it to whichever part that you want, that you think best suits your thumbnail, all right, how you want it, just all right. So maybe I want it this way, then I could just pick this part. If not, I could just shift the playhead to whichever part that you want. Do you want this initial part or maybe somewhere here? I think this is more dope, right? So maybe I could just save this. Perfect. Once it's saved, you can come back and click on edit here. And now you have it this way. So once you have it this way, over here, you have your templates. So based on the type of content that you do, and the good thing is that they have actually designed the thing to follow the different YouTube categories, video categories. All right. So depending on your niche, whether you are into vlogs, gaming, education, how to and style type of content, food, promotions or whatever, promo, brands, so everybody will be able to find their niche. So you can find the kind of templates that would suit your niche, right? And you just choose that. So assuming that I do how to type of content, I could click on how to, and here are some examples of how to type of thumbnails. We can try any of them. Let's pick this one, for instance. All right. And it gives me something like this. And I can just go ahead and edit the text here if I want. You can edit your text here. But I'm not really comfortable with this, though it's good looking. You can please also know that you can edit the text style here and pick any text style of your choice. All right. Increase the font size, the font color and everything. Since this background is white, sorry, I mean the layout or whatever of the picture is white. I think I would prefer keeping the white text. Then maybe I could make this green, for instance. You know, all right. Then you just edit it the way you want. So I'm not really very satisfied with this template, all right? So we can, and the good thing is that you can always go back. You have this redo and undo buttons up here. So I can just undo, all right? And I can pick a different template. So let's say I want education. Here are some examples of education type thumbnails. If you are into brand, let's pick brand for instance. I think that is cute. So if I click on brand, If you are into food, look at some examples of food thumbnails that you can use. I'm into brands, so I'm not into brands, but I prefer the brand layouts or templates. So if I should click on brand, for instance, I could use any of these. I really don't know which one to use. Maybe I should pick this. Let's pick this and see. All right. And then you can go ahead and click on change. And you see, you have it. I think this is the one that I used to design those thumbnails that I showed you earlier on, for instance. You see it. Now, once you have it here, please also note that you have the possibility of importing your own images, even for your thumbnail design. So if I should click on this plus icon here, I can browse through and pick some images of my choice if I have any images. Okay, I could do that. I could import some some images, for instance. But but I'm not interested in importing images for the moment. I just want to design and make it simple. So let me undo just to get rid of this image here. But as you can see, it was just to tell you that you can add images. You can add text, more text by clicking on the plus text button here. I don't want to add any text, so let me undo this too. All right. You have your undo and redo button. You have your cropping button here. If you want to crop something, maybe you want to crop the image or something, you know, you can crop. And then once you are satisfied, you click on this. All right. But I'm not also interested in cropping, so I'll undo the settings. So without much ado, now when you are here, how do you make your thumbnail good looking? Uh, Depend on the template that you have chosen would determine how you want to design, and of course your own personal uh, preferences. So for instance, just to show you how I designed the thumbnail that I showed you earlier on, what I did was I just dragged this somewhere. All these are movable, by the way. I could replace this man's image here by my own image if I want. you know sorry, let me come back. Oh, I think for this one, there was another one that I used that I could change the image. Move the image. So you can play with different templates. Okay. For this, what I would do is, for instance, I can just bring this down here, the logo or whatever down here of Filmora. All right. If I want to delete it, I can just hit the delete key and it's gone. But I would like to leave it here since I'm using Filmora to design this thumbnail. Then maybe I can start writing whatever that I want to write here. So I could say, uh, like I did, blow up. So blow up channel. Okay. Sorry, up. Blow up channel. I don't even remember whether I did it in small letters, capital letters. Okay. So let me do it in capital letters too. So I could just copy this text box. I could copy it, control V to paste, and when I paste it, all right, then I'll edit this one and I'll just say blow up channel, you know. So just design your thumbnail the way you want it, all right? And then okay, I want it to look like the one that I designed earlier on. Okay, so I really don't know where to put this logo. Maybe I can leave this logo somewhere here. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, you find wherever you want to place it. Okay, maybe I can place it somewhere here. All right. Then I can bring this down here and edit this as thumbnail. I just want it to look like the one that I've already designed. Okay. So you see, this is an example. For this, I can add a background to this text, for instance. So blow up, I can make blow up to be red if I want. Sorry, I can add red background to it. So I could just select the text as I've done. And then if I come here, I would see, is it outline? Yeah. And then I can pick, let's say red. No, not, it depends. So design it the way you want. You see, I just outline the text, but I did not really intend outlining. I wanted background. So let me come back. All right, let me select it again. And I rather want background. So I don't want outline. Where is background? I think it's under fill, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, is it fill? I'm not sure about that. Okay. Okay, let's say fill, color fill. Let's pick red. No, this is for filling the text and not the. Okay, but this is not bad. If you want red, you could leave it like this. But what I really want is to add a shade, kind of like background, as I said, to the text. So let's say this, you see, you also have different presets. You can choose whatever that you think looks good for you. You see, you have different ways of editing the text. Let me come back. I really want the red background. That's what I'm still looking for. Um, this is the font's color, not this. And the transform, maybe not transform. Let's see, outline. Nope. No, we don't want to outline. Let's see, background. Perfect. Down here we have background. And then you see that when I clicked on background, it gave me black. But I really want uh red. So background, then I can pick red color. All right. So now you have blow up in red here. You can reduce the font size by reducing the text box a little bit. Let me reduce this one to a bit. All right. So there you have it. Blow up channel, you know. You can also edit what is down here as you like. I could add a background to it too. Maybe I could leave it as black, but I will try to decrease the, what do they call it, the opacity, so that it won't be too black, neither will it be too transparent. So, but just to make sure that the text is more visible, because without a background, the text will not be visible, will be a bit faded into the background of the video of the thumbnail. So maybe think this perfect, you know. So there you have it. Now, once you are satisfied with what you have designed, right? How do you now export your thumbnail? So to export your thumbnail, you simply come over here and you see export to local. All right. So you could just go ahead and click on export to local. If you want to predefine where you would like to save your file, I mean your thumbnail, the picture that you have created, if you want to do that, there is a way to do it. I would show you. Okay. So for now, if you want, let me show you where, if you want to preset the location where you want the thumbnail to be saved, then just save this for now. Save it. All right. Once it's saved, come over here, come and click on export. Now click on save to here and go and choose where you want the file to be saved. So let's assume I want to save this file in my D drive over here, over here, over here, over here, over here, over here. You cannot know my PC. So don't worry about that. Wherever I'm clicking, don't worry about me. Okay. All right. So assuming I want to to save it there. Okay, I can actually change the name of my file or whatever. I don't know whether that matters. Okay, but I'm not going to export because I'm not exporting the video itself. All right, I just want the thumbnail to be saved there at the moment. So once I'm done with this, I can just close this. All right, now come back and edit your thumbnail. If you are satisfied with your thumbnail design, go ahead and click on export to local. When you click on export to local, then you click on click to view. It will take you straight to the folder in which you saved your file. So we have it here. All right. It's actually here. So I can just double click to open it. And there you have my newly designed what thumbnail. As I've shown you, you can play with several templates. All right. Don't just stick to what I've shown you. Play with several templates and whichever one that you think, depending on if you are doing into vlogs, here are good looking thumbnails that you can use, for vlogs. You know, are you into gaming? Are you into how to food? What have you? So there you have it. All right, I chose brand, and there are several templates for that. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this was helpful. Please let me know in the comment section what you think. Please subscribe, like the video, share, and all those good stuffs. See you in the next one. Take care, and I wish you all the best for your YouTube channel. Bye for now.